Hi y'all, thank you for checking out my video today. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for doing that because it makes me then think, okay, what is it that I can provide to y'all that will help you be successful in your businesses and not waste your time to watch. So I always have y'all in mind, and I'm always trying to figure out what that next thing will be that will help you make great decisions in your business. So today I'm going to talk about virtual assistants. I've had good experiences and bad experiences. The bad helped me to know what I was looking for so that I would get the right fit. So I'm going to go through a list of some things that you need to take into consideration, how that works, and see if I can give you some information that will help you make a better decision on whether you need a VA or not. So what is a virtual assistant? Well, they sign into your account of Poshmark and they share your closet for you during the day, depending on what y'all agree to and work out. I'm going to give you my bad experience first, tell you what I learned from that, and then I'll tell you about who I use now and my good experience that I have so far. So when I say bad experience, they didn't steal my money, they didn't change any of my stuff, they didn't do anything that they weren't supposed to do. I am a numbers person, so I watch very carefully. If we agree to do X, then I'm watching to make sure that is done because that is a smart business person. If you're going to spend money, you're going to want to know where that money's going and are you getting your money's worth. So, the virtual assistant I used first had just a very small crew. I think it was her husband, and maybe one other person. So they wanted my password. So what I did was I went on my iPhone, changed my password to one of their long secure passwords, and then that's the password I gave them instead of giving out the password I would normally use. The next problem that I encountered was the time zone they were on. Depending on where you are and what you're wanting them to do for you, you need to think about also time zones. I'm Central Time Zone. The person I hired, I didn't realize at first, but they were either Mountain or West Coast. And so what was their 11 o'clock was already 1 o'clock my time. So that was the other thing. They didn't tell you we only share between 11 and 1 and 3 and 5. Well, that's 1 and 3 my time and 5 and 7. So half of my selling day is gone by the time they start to share my first time. So at first I was waiting and waiting and waiting for my stuff to be shared, and it wasn't shared and it wasn't shared. And, I was like, okay, and I'm missing these parties and I'm not sharing this. And so that didn't work well for me. The other thing with them being so small was they didn't share at all one day. And I asked them, I sent an email finally that evening and said, hey, y'all didn't share at all my closet today. Oh, well, we had an emergency come up, but we'll, share double tomorrow and add one more day onto your package. Well, that's great, but blanket email saying, have a problem, can't share today, at least I would have known, okay, you need to be in there sharing your closet. I don't want to lose momentum. So that didn't work for me. So needless to say, I didn't use them again. I'm a numbers person. I watch the numbers. It's my responsibility to be a smart business person with my money, and I want to make sure I'm getting what I have agreed to. So that was my experience, but that experience helped me to make a better decision because I didn't know that at first. I was just trying a VA that somebody had recommended, and I knew none of this. So then I knew what to ask and what to look for. So let me tell you about my good VA experience. So I am using reseller assistance, and you just go on their website, and there will be a link below, and sign up. I did a week first because I'd been burned by the last one, so I wanted to see. Well, that was great. So then I did a month, and now I'm on my third month. So I like the way they do things. One, they have several virtual assistants all over that can share your closet. So, I mean, because if you think about, let's say my package is 4,000 clicks a day. So what that means is that clicks are each time they click on an item, right? So you can say, I want so many clicks to be followers, which means they'll go in and do a bunch of follow other people, and hopefully those people will follow you back. You can do community shares so that you're sharing other people's closets, and self-shares. So depending on how big your closet is and how many clicks a day you agree to, all of that is worked out. So what they did was they gave me a password so that they could give their people that password to get into my account. They told me exactly when they would be doing the share. So what I picked, originally was community shares and self-shares. At that time, I had about 300 and something items in my closet. So she came back and said, so they would do community. So first of all, they told me as of Eastern time zone, they would be sharing community shares at this time of the morning, then self-shares at this time, and then self-shares at that time, community shares at a different time, and self-shares at another time. Because of the items in my closet, in that hour, let's say 9 to 10 a.m., in that hour, they would share my closet twice at some point during that hour. So it could be at 9 a.m. they shared it, and then again at 10:40. Or 9:40, whatever, because I only had so many listings. So they didn't just share it once. They made sure they got all the clicks in and did that. So I knew exactly when my closet would be being shared. What I did was you can put a note in there, and I asked if they're in my closet while there is a party going on, could they share to that party also if I had things that went with that party? So they do that for me. They immediately share to the parties. I want the last party of the day shared. And so when they share my closet, they're sharing to the party also. So I know that last party of the day, everything in my closet is being shared in that party. I don't know where on Facebook you see things constantly saying, oh, they have bots and they'll get your closet locked and all of that. They are in my closet at the same time I'm in my closet when I'm adding something or editing something. Sometimes, we're both in there at the same time. I never have been locked out. I have never had a problem. They are not using bots. They are doing the clicks personally, not using a machine. So, that's one of those things that everybody tells you. So let me tell you about the numbers. Right now, for when all this coronavirus started, my thing came up for renewal this last week, and I thought, well, everything is slowed down, everybody's at home. But really right now is when my closet needs to be seen by more and more and more people because less are buying. If anybody has noticed the slowdown, I really thought, oh, do I spend the money? Because I may not recoup it as fast as I have been the last 2 months. But then I thought, I really need somebody else sharing. So let me tell you some numbers and why I went that direction. So the first month, okay, when you think about that they're doing community shares, they're sharing somebody else's closet. So then that person comes in and shares your closet into their feed, which means their followers see my closet, and they may not have been one of my followers, right? So you automatically may see an increase of followers even if you don't have them build your followers. So that's what I have seen. So my followers increased 3,317 in the first month just from them sharing to community shares. And my community shares increased over 40,000, and my self shares were over 143,000, and I sold 43 items. Now, at that point, I only had like 300 and something items in my closet, and I had a ton in my money pile that I needed to get listed. So I've been able to list a couple of hundred items while they were doing all my shares. And so, I've been able to get my closet up. In that first month, well, actually the first 2 months, within the first 5 days of what I sold with them sharing, and if I took my Poshmark fees and my shipping and my cost of goods out, I recouped what I paid reseller assistant within the first 5 days of each month, which means the other 25 days, whatever I sell is purely my profit. So I've been pleased with that. The second month, my followers increased by almost 2,800. My community shares were over 29,000, and my self shares were 129,000. Now, some of that is me. I jump in, and every once in a while I'll share something because I'm trying to rearrange something, or I'm looking at something. So I pick the 4,000 clicks a month. So if you take 4,000 clicks times 30 days, that's 120,000 clicks. The reason I decided to continue with it, even though I have a feeling, I've already seen sales have kind of slowed over the last 5 days for me, here's the difference. If I have 430 items in my closet and I share my closet 3 times a day, times 30 days, that is 38,700 clicks. Even if I did 100 community shares a day, I am nowhere near getting the 120,000 clicks in a month that they can do. So if I did 430 items times 3 times a day times 30 days, then that's 38,700. The difference from their 120,000 clicks that they promised me in that month versus what I can click in that month is a difference of 81,300 clicks. Okay, I couldn't do that myself. And right now, we need to be exposed to as many people in Poshmark as we can in order to at least get some of the volume up and hit the people that are still purchasing. So I couldn't do that on my own. So I've been pleased with it, and that is why I went ahead and did it for the 3rd month, even though I knew it may take a little longer to recoup my money this month, but it keeps my closet active. Now, here is the downside to Reseller Assistant. They're very good at what they do, and I've had no problem with them. But if you are OCD and you like your closet in a certain order, you gotta let it go. Just let it go. Just know it's not gonna happen. Let it go. Just think Frozen in your head and sing this song. Let it go. Because my closet never stays in order. And half of that is I may be uploading something and they're sharing something. So I may have, a men's thing pop up in the middle of the women's dresses. It doesn't matter. your closet's not going to stay in order, and that's okay. Most people will tell you people don't look at your closet as a whole closet anyway. When they're searching for something, they're only searching for X, and that's what's going to show up in your closet. So let it go. Just let it go. I have to sing it all the time to myself. Let it go. Every once in a while, I will go in if I'm up like at 4 a.m. for some dumb reason, and I'll go in and fix my closet real quick and just go, and then they'll share and it will get out of order again. And that's all right, because they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I just have to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So when I first started, I kept my shares and my likes, notified me. But I want to show you, so I've turned that off because my closet is constantly moving. So I turned it on just a little while ago before I decided to do this video, because I want you to see. I have not been in Poshmark today. Yeah, no, first thing this morning, but I haven't been in it all day. And I want you to see. Well, tell me you're working. Well, if you're not working, I'm going to be very upset. Come on. All right, well, I'm not going to be able to show you how it just rolls down my thing, because I guess I went in on my phone and it wiped out all of my thingies. But I will show you just in the last little bit. Can you see that number? 112 shares. Okay, that's probably been in the last hour. 112. Okay, I haven't been in there. I haven't shared anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't. Well, so here, let me just show you. In the last, can you see? Just in the last 2 hours, all of those shares. That isn't from me. That is from the reseller's assistants sharing my stuff. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to work hard at that. So, do I think they are worth having? Yes, I do. If you're trying to get your followers up, I think they're worth having, because they will expose you to a lot more people. Community shares, if you're trying to be a Poshmark ambassador and you just cannot get those community shares up, you'll hit that within a couple days of them doing your stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I will say this, if you do have an issue, because I did notice, anytime there is a merger between people and a business deal made, sometimes there is some tweaking. So don't be afraid to email them and say, hey, I noticed blah, blah, or hey, I didn't see this or that. They are fast to get back to you. They've been great with me with the responses, and always have an answer, always have been polite about it, and they'll work with you, whatever that is. They do have a 1 week trial that you can, or package that you can try. I would almost go so far as to say, when you do that week and you start seeing all those shares rolling down your phone and all the likes and all of that, it gets addictive, and you're able to do other things and work on filling your closet so that you can get more sales. And they're exposing you to a lot more people. I think it's well worth it. And I've been very pleased with Reseller Assistant. And I hope that the numbers and the information I gave you helps you if you're trying to decide, do I need one, do I not? When it's slower like this, you know, it may be when you think, oh, I don't know that I want to do that, I want to try, but it may be worth it for you to try for the week one, to just expose you to other people that you're not able to get to, and maybe make better sales, more sales. You still, if there are likes, you still have to go and do the offers to the likers. You still have to do the bundles. They don't do any, they make no decisions for you. All they're doing is going in and sharing, whether it's your closet, whether it's somebody else's closet, or whether they're going and following depending on what you want. That's all they do. They don't mess with your closet. They don't make a decision for you. They don't offer something at a price. You are still completely in control of everything except the order of your closet. Let it go. Let it go. So don't be afraid to try them. They are well worth it, I believe. I believe they give us a valuable service for our money. But be smart. Go into your stats, and then hit on that ambassador one, and then take a screenshot of where you are when they start. I always take a screenshot at the end when that day has ended, that month's contract is up. I take another screenshot so I can see where I'm at, what I've done, what they've done, and how much it has helped, or where my numbers are, because sometimes you forget. I'll tell my husband, I haven't sold anything in 3 days, but I'll go back and start writing down what I've sold, and I'm like, oh, that's not true. I sold something the day before yesterday, or, oh, I sold something yesterday. I will say that where I used to sell 1 or 2 items a week, I very rarely go a day without selling something. Very rarely. So I believe a lot of that has to do with them constantly getting my stuff out there and in front of people. So I hope that gives you some idea of what they do. I hope it gives you some confidence to make some decisions, because you now kind of understand how it works, and have got some hard numbers and some facts to go along with it. As always, I want you to be successful in whatever you do. So I want you to make the best, get the best bang for your buck. So I hope that works for you. Please like and thumbs up if you like this video and the information in it, and subscribe if you want to see more. I've got a thread up shoebox that I'm pretty impressed with, that I'm getting ready to record that video in the next day or so. So check back for that. And as always, have a great day.